I think it's on this floor, it looks like.
Love your fit. It may not work for some, but
Why am I going back here? Hello, you are not dead.
Glad you're back. Sorry about the whole Benjamin Bayou thing at the Astral Lounge, but I didn't have much of a choice. Can you believe the nerve of that smug son of a bitch? The man is priceless.
He doesn't scare me. He's pretty terrifying. I handled the situation. What happened at the Astral Lounge?
Well, I was hoping we'd celebrate your return with some drinks and a pile of Aurora. I was about to start partying early when Boone Morgan tipped me off that Bayou was on his way down with some neon security goons. I'm pretty sure I missed him by less than a minute. Left a ton of good stuff behind, damn it.
He doesn't scare me.
You're not the least bit concerned that he found the virus and figured out where we were meeting that quickly. Must be nice to be so naive.
Yes, I think I'm done here. I got what you needed, but I'm sorry you didn't. It's for the Crimson Fleet, so it benefits us all. I got what I needed. I'm sorry you didn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty much dead in the water at this point. Since Bayou flagged the virus, I can't risk accessing the system now. All that work I did trying to crack Generdyne is gone. Now I'm in a bit of a bind. The prep work for this job put me in deep for a bunch of cash, and I have no way to pay it all back.
You knew the risk. When I get back to the key, maybe I'll put in a word with Delgado. Let me cut you in some credits to cover your expenses. Who do you owe money to?
Well, a business partner of mine named Nix was the author of the virus. Don't know if you know him or not.
I do.
Then there's the folks I paid to keep an eye on Ayumi Komiko, a few of the guards at Generdyne. Like I said, it was a huge job. Honestly, I shouldn't be revealing my sources because that puts you on their radar as well. But hey, you asked.
Okay. When I get back to the key, I'll put in a word with Delgado.
That's pretty cool of you to offer, but I know what he's gonna say.
Sorry, Estelle. This was your scheme. You're on your own.
Believe me, he's not gonna be much help. Look, I was hoping you'd pick up on what I was trying to ask. What the hell with it? I'll just ask. Can you cut me in for a little bit of cash you're making on this job? I mean, I did get you inside and practically hand you the data on the grid.
Some small amount of compensation seems reasonable, given the circumstances.
Yeah, I suppose I could do that. It's kind of a big ask. No, we all have our problems to deal with. Sure, why not?
I appreciate that. I really do. Having each other's back is what makes the fleet stronger, you know? How much are you willing to part with?
This is all I can afford, this is all I can afford, or this is all I can afford. 2, 4, 9,000. We'll go the middle ground, 4,000 credits.
This is perfect. It will definitely help. Thank you.
Clearly, you are very welcome.
All right, I guess we're done here. Tell Delgado if he ever needs me for anything else. I've still got his back. And hey, you won't be hearing Rook from me anymore. As far as I'm concerned, you're one of us now. Lifeblood of the fleet. If anyone tries to tell you otherwise, you send them to talk to me.
Do you believe Crix's legacy really exists? So what happens next for you? Did Benjamin Bayou completely ruin your plans to use the virus?
Completely ruined? Nah. I was hoping it would stay on Generdyne's mainframe for the long term, but hey, at least it's already fed me a huge amount of data. Nix really knows what he's doing, though he charged me about 6 months worth of earnings. With any luck, I'll be able to recoup my costs in no time.
So what's next for you?
I hear things are heating up back at the key, so I might fire up my bird and head over to check things out. Rumor has it that Delgado has some solid info on the Crix's legacy story he's been hawking for the last few years. If there's even a chance that it's true, I want to be there when Shinya Voss starts splitting the loot, if you catch my meaning.
Do you believe Crix's legacy really exists?
Now, how did I know you were going to ask me that? Honestly, doesn't matter if I believe that Crix's legacy exists or not. What's important is that I believe in Delgado. If the man thinks that chasing shadows is going to make us rich, then who the hell am I to judge, right? I mean, I'm not going to jump off a cliff for him or anything, but hey, he needs an extra ship at his side. He's got it.
Okay. Nice talking to you.
To Delgado for me, will ya?
Will do. Are we just going back to the key? We are. So we don't need to return to the ship. Although I could because I have new evidence. But let's go talk to Delgado first. See if we can pick up even more evidence from that way. Which means I can probably just jump straight there rather than wandering all the way through Neon, as I always do. Alright. Head out to the key.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Solid docking job there.
Alright.
Nice work.
Let's board. Hey there, Neva.
All hell's breaking loose, Rook. Delgado needs you in the repair bay with Jazz as soon as possible.
Hope it isn't bad. Someone to overcook a potato in the microwave. When is everyone going to stop calling me a rook? I did the job. I deserve the respect. Do you want to hear what happened in Neon?
Hooray! You got the conduction gizmo. You did exactly what we asked you to do. Good work, pat on the head. Are you ignoring me or something? I just said there's an emergency.
When is everyone going to stop calling me a rook?
Respect. That's why you're here? Look around you. The only reason all these losers are here is to earn credits or die trying. When I feel like you've earned it, I'll stop calling you Rook. Right now, we've got a crisis on our hands.
What, someone overcook a potato in the microwave?
Oh, that's hilarious. You're a real comedian, you know that?
I do.
Now get your ass to the repair bay. Go!
Ha ha. Alright.
We call UCC Steph shot.
What's going down in repair?
Rook. And you are sure we will have those defense batteries up and running?
No. I'm not sure. They're in bad shape, Del. Really bad shape. I'm already using duct tape and spit to keep the station from falling apart, and you want me to pull a rabbit out of my hat?
I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear that it's going to be fixed. Period. Get it done.
All right. I'm on it.
You want to quit standing there and hand over the conduction grid data?
Yeah. It's right here. Don't know what you're talking about. Getting this wasn't easy, you know. What's this about defensive batteries?
Nothing you need to worry about.
Stay in your own space lane and let Jazz do her damn job. Now, do you have what we sent you to Neon for, or not?
You know me, I always get the job done.
Ah, perfect. I'll take that.
Dependable as always. Unlike some people we know.
Oh, that's real funny.
All right, listen up because I don't want to repeat this twice. We've gotten word that UC Sistef is massing somewhere nearby for an attack on the key. While we prepare for their arrival, I want you to head straight for Bannock 4 and bring Crixus' legacy home.
I'll prep my ship immediately. Tell me exactly what you need me to do. Rather stay here and fight. Why is Crix's legacy so important? How do you know this is Steph is massing for an attack?
I have a very reliable source at Mast. They were so concerned that the threat was real, they actually jumped the information out to us right away.
I'm gonna ask this because I like asking all the questions, but seriously, reaching this point and asking why Crix's legacy is so important?
Oh my god. Haven't you been paying attention? The only reason half the fleet's captains haven't scattered across the settled systems is because they're waiting for their part of the score. No money means no protection. No protection means we are done when Sistef arrives. Simple enough for you?
Yep. Tell me what you need me to do.
Lay it out, Jess.
All right, first things first. I'm gonna upload this data you snagged from Generdyne into the Keys databanks. All you need to do is build and then install a conduction grid module onto your ship. Oh, and if you haven't already, you'll need the comm spike module installed as well.
Oh, is that all? And here I thought this was going to be a challenge.
Once your ship is ready, jump out to Bannock 4, board the legacy, and bring us the cash.
Sounds simple enough. There's gotta be a catch. What if there's nothing there when I get to Bannock 4? Where do I build the ship modules I need?
Everything you'll need for ship repair and construction is down in Jass's section of the key. If you have any questions about the modules, she'll have all the answers.
Okay. What if there's nothing here when I get to Bannock 4?
You better pray that isn't the case, because that means we are done. As in, no more Crimson Fleet.
Alright, sounds simple enough.
Nothing around here is simple.
Dell's right. You have to follow these steps carefully, or don't bother coming back. After you board the Legacy, be on the lookout for 2 transfer modules. They're special keys that allow access to the ship's vault. Once you locate the vault's control center, hook up the data core I'm gonna give you, and download everything they've got.
And before you get any bright ideas, like running off with the money, that currency is going to be heavily encrypted. Only a genius like Shinya will be able to crack that encryption. So bring it back here right away.
You can count on me, of course I'll bring it back here. I'm not a traitor. What if Shinya can't crack the encryption? Why will I need 2 transfer modules to open the vault?
Because those Galbank ships were carrying so much money they didn't even trust their own crew.
What if Shinya can't crack the encryption?
That would be a first. I have yet to see encrypted currency that Shinya could not manipulate within hours. I mean, the guy plugs his body directly into his mainframe. He eats, breathes, and shits numbers all day. Nah, I'm not worried about it.
Okay. You can count on me.
Yeah? I sure hope so. Look, I'm gonna make this real simple for you. If that money ends up anywhere but the key, I will hunt you down and pry it out of your dead hands myself. Now get moving.
What's your biggest worry regarding the upcoming attack?
The toughest nut to crack is if UC-SysDef brings in the Vigilance. That Commander Ikande has himself a hell of a ship there. Advanced shield tech, bristling with weapons. I would love to see that thing burn. If we hope to stand a chance against it, we need those defensive batteries, and Krix's legacy.
Who are these captains you keep mentioning?
You've met some of them already. Mathis Castillo, Yevgeny Rokov, Juan Dayu, Estelle Vincent, and Adler Kemp. They might feel like independents to you, but each one of them has a stake in the Crimson Fleet, and each one of them wants a cut of the wealth. I am sending word out to every able-bodied captain that they are needed. We'll see how many answer the call.
Okay. Is there more to Krix's legacy than just money?
The Crimson Fleet isn't really a fleet. It's an ideal. A principle that Krix sought to set up so that pirates didn't infight over scraps. Over time, that notion has been lost. Captains have been turning their backs on the fleet, doing jobs on the side, killing each other. Bringing Krix's legacy back to the fleet would be like validating everything Jasper Krix believed in. And I'm certain it would unify us once again. Of course, it wouldn't exactly hurt to have all that extra money at our disposal. But I think you catch my meaning.
Yeah. Okay.
Come back with Krix's legacy, or don't come back at all.
Alright, upgrading my ship.
To get those defensive batteries online, so make this fast.
How will the ComSpike module help me find the legacy?
ComSpike traces and decrypts coded signals. As long as you have the transponder ID, you can track pretty much anything. That file you lifted from the Galbank archives contained the Legacy's transponder code, which I'll program into your nav system. All you have to do is get within the vicinity of Bannock 4, and the ComSpike will automatically point you to the target. Cute toy, huh?
Yep. How will the conduction grid module help me get to the legacy?
Well, you already know that the conduction grid does a pretty nifty trick. It absorbs extreme voltage and converts it to usable power on neon. The version for your ship can still absorb incoming electrical energy, like, say, the EM field surrounding Bannock 4, but it can't store the power. Instead, it just scatters the EM harmlessly away from the hull, insulating you from frying every circuit aboard. As a nice side effect, I'm betting the module will make your ship somewhat EM weapon resistant and boost its shield regen. Lucky you.
That's what I was just thinking, and I'm like, is this going to just make my ship better in fights? And it sounds like it will. What can you tell me about the key's defensive batteries?
There are 3 defensive batteries, basically high-powered military space turrets, triangulated around the key. They were part of the UC's original defenses for the station. Pretty effective, too. Can put some serious hurt on enemy spacecraft. The good news is that the batteries have an incredibly wide field of coverage, so they can pick off ships trying to reach the key from any vector. The bad news is that they're 100-year-old tech. They keep breaking down and are expensive as hell to keep operational.
Scattered EM has a name, EM. Yep, that's true. But this is EM that's focused turning into just regular scattered EM. Am I helping me with my ship?
Not a problem. Conduction grid data is all set up in the system, so it should be an easy install.
Okay, I'd like to view and modify my ship.
Sure. Let me punch that up, and we can have at it.
Alright, so yes, Star Eagle, shipbuilder. I haven't done ship modification in ages, so I gotta remember how this works. Edit is space? No. That's definitely not what I want. Attach with G. There we go. Cargo cockpits, dockers, engines, fuel tanks, grav drives have reactors. Let's see. I'm hoping it would be obvious. Cargo, cockpits, dockers, engines, fuel tanks. Reactors? I'm not seeing anything that clearly looks like what I'm wanting, which might just mean it doesn't dock there. So if I said I want to just add in general something, there we go, we've got more options. Bays? Nope. Engines, equipment, conduction grid and comm spike, and scan jammer? Not sure what that is. These are apparently free. Perfect. That is my favorite price. But it isn't focused, it's just atmospheric energy. That was one of the silliest technobabble I've ever heard. So, EM weapons in the game are like a grid of focused, it looks like lasers that are being shot out. So it's a very focused energy. And I get that isn't how electromagnetic energy works, but that's how it works in this game. And so it's taking that magnetic focused energy and converting it into just random noise. Okay, comm spike. I guess we'll throw you right here. Next. Conduction grid. We'll throw that. Can I rotate? I can. Back here. While I'm at it, can I add more weapons? Because weapons are always good. Let's see, if I just want max. Don't want missiles. Suppressor. That's EM damage. I like lasers. I'm assuming max is max damage, yes? Max power? What is the 46? The 46 is shield damage. Okay, so that is our damage. So if I wanted to strap on some lasers, can I duplicate you somehow? Probably, but I don't know how. So, add another laser. More lasers. Okay. 2 errors. Oh dear. Flight check. Ship has more than 3 different weapons. Ship does not have at least 3 different weapon types. Modules that exceed the reactor class. Okay, go away, you. No. Back. If I wanted to upgrade my reactor, is this the reactor? No. That's our dock, of course. Reactor. Grav drive. There's our reactor. So if I wanted to replace you, which I can't even buy this because it needs Starship Design rank 4. That's good. This ship is too good for my current perks. It's not a great sign. Okay, so I can get one that generates 20 power. But they're all A class, which means I can't use those lasers anyway. But this generates how much power? 29. Yeah. Okay. Can I get any laser weapons? They'd have to be A class. So those are missile launchers, suppressor, cannon. So that's my best laser. I mean, no harm. Shift camera. Please. There. It says I still have 2 errors, but I've definitely been flying this around. Unless those things are my new errors. Before I attach this. Oh, now I don't have errors. Come on. Alright, back to you. Now it's 2 errors. Hello. There. Add another one. Why does it just keep dropping it in space? Alright, so we still have 1 error now. Ship has more than 3 different weapons. Is that really... So you're telling me we have EM damage, which I don't care about. Pulse lasers here. So if I duplicated you, which I can't because Starship Design rank 4 that I don't have. Alright, seems I can't upgrade this ship. The ship is just too cool. Alright. Confirm modification, yes. Oh, but they were talking about planet's atmospheres. It should actually shield you from EM weapons. Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, the planet's atmosphere electromagnetic energy should be random EM. And therefore, yes, dissipating that random EM as other random EM is silly. But I think they were implying, at least originally, that the planet had a bunch of electrical storms. And so rather than
interior of this ship comforting.
Rather than random electrical EM energy, it's can't think. It's lightning strikes. And lightning strikes theoretically might be more directional. Let's undock. I assume now I need to go back to the Vanguard.
We're free and clear for flight.
Or not Vanguard, the system death. Yeah, return to the UC Vigilance. Nope, go back into the menu. Keep clicking out of it. And let them know that, hey, we're gonna make our run. And also they're aware of your incoming attack.
Vessel ID acknowledged. Port 1 cleared for docking. Welcome home to the Vigilance.
Okay.
Airlock integrity looks good.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Oblivion. There's an older game at this point, but where they made sure every NPC had a schedule that you could follow them when they woke up, when they went to eat, when they went to bed, like whole schedule. And the idea of just people 24 hours a day standing around in a single place they intentionally moved away from. And it looks like Bethesda at this point is just like, no, we don't care. This guy will always be standing here.
Ships have arrived, Commander.
You doing all right?
Good.
Feels
After
like
we're
we got
done
maybe
here,
one more
arrange a
calm
briefing.
before the storm.
I want all of their CEOs over
Spending all
here
this
as
time
soon
with
as
the
possible.
pirates couldn't have been easy.
Yes, sir.
Just hold out a little longer. Be back with the good guys soon enough.
That's another thing I dislike is when they're having actual conversation about a quest, when some guy randomly walks up and just starts talking and it just removes the subtitles. I'm like, come on. You are super unimportant. You don't even have a name. Let me listen to the real people.
The Commander appreciates the sacrifice you've made, going undercover.
Are you familiar with the Key's defenses?
Anything you can tell us would be helpful.
They're rounding up as many captains as they can to bulk up their fleet. Jasmine Durand is trying to get the Key's defensive batteries online. That's all for now. Okay, they're rounding up all the captains they can.
Yeah, I heard they even sent word to some of the contacts you met. They're writing an awful lot of checks they can't cover without Crix's legacy, but we'll be ready for them. Anything else?
Yeah, Jasmine Durand is trying to get the Key's defensive batteries online.
Damn it. I was afraid of that. I'll warn our ships to use looser formations. Hopefully Durand isn't as clever as she thinks she is, or you can help us take the batteries down when the attack begins. Was that all?
That's it for now.
Okay, well, if anything else springs to mind before you leave, please let me know.
Okay. Will you be able to decrypt Crix's legacy once I bring it back to the Vigilance?
Even as long ago as the Narian War, Galbank used an extremely potent level of encryption on their currency. Unfortunately, the unlocked ciphers are lost to time. However, if you can bring us one of Galbank's old transfer modules, I know it would help. Don't worry, I'm sure some of the techs at MAST will be able to work with whatever you bring to reverse the encryption.
Okay. I have evidence for you.
Glad to hear it. Let's see what you got.
Grab this from Generdyne's executive's office. Pretty damning stuff.
Benjamin Bayou, pride of the Free Star Collective. The authorities there have been trying to nail him for a long time. Bringing us proof that he's been manipulating Generdyne from the shadows is pretty tasty stuff. The FC will pay dearly for this. Good job. Any other fragments?
That is it. That's all I have for now.
Understood. Keep searching and you're bound to find more.
Okay.
Let me know if you need anything else.
All right. Commander.
There you are. Where have you been?
Doing my job. I'd take a detour on the way back, you know, sightsee a bit. I've been risking my life to bring down the fleet. What's the emergency?
We're about to pull the trigger on the largest scale operation in UC history. All of our ships, personnel, and resources have been waiting for your report. Lives are potentially hanging in the balance. So you'll have to forgive me for being so impatient when I ask where the hell you've been.
I've been busy doing my job.
You mean your latest excursion to Neon? I've received the reports about your little foray into Generdyne. Last piece of the puzzle before you go after Crix's legacy. Which means it's time to put all the cards on the table and prepare to attack the Key.
I'm glad the UC's finally backing your play. They're in quite a panic over there. I'm not sure attacking them is the best course of action. I'm glad the UC's finally backing your play.
Thanks to your evidence, we are finally able to convince them to task us the necessary resources. Before you jump to Bannock 4, I need to make one thing abundantly clear. The credits from that Galbank transport cannot reach the fleet. You have to bring them here at all costs. If Delgado gains access to those resources, we might be touching off a battle we can't possibly win.
We've been monitoring the Crimson Fleet's comm chatter in the Crix system. They're gathering allies by making promises based on your success.
As much as I hate to admit it, UC SysDef won't stand a chance. The fleet will become stronger and more unified than ever.
You cannot help but admire their commitment to their mission.
The only admiration I hold for the Crimson Fleet is the fact that they aren't going to be a problem for much longer.
I'll bring Crix's legacy back to the Vigilance. I'm not going to let you down, so no pressure then. I suppose running off with the money and keeping it for myself is out of the question. I'm not going to ask that to this high-ranking military guy. It just seems the wrong place and wrong time. I'll bring Crix's legacy back to the Vigilance.
I've always known that when it came down to it, you'd do the right thing. All right, I guess this is it. Do whatever prep you need to do aboard the Vigilance, and then head out to Bannock 4. When you return here with Crix's legacy, we'll begin the attack. Good luck.
Okay. What will happen to Crix's legacy after I bring it to UC SysDef?
During the end of the Narian War, the money was destined to bolster the Freestar Collective's coffers. Even though we were rivals at the time, and I suppose we still are to some extent, the credits still rightfully belong to their people. After the money is turned over to Master, I'm certain arrangements will be made to return the money to the proper authorities in Aquila City.
How did you convince the UC to authorize an attack?
The evidence you've been bringing to Lieutenant Toft has been instrumental in convincing the brass at Mast to greenlight the attack. They've sent us support ships, extra troops, weapons, all on account of your role in the operation. Put it simply, if it wasn't for you, this operation would be at a standstill.
Okay. What's the primary directive of SysDef?
Our directive is simple. We are tasked with the eradication of space piracy in the settled systems. As the chief source of pirate activity, the Crimson Fleet is our primary target.
Okay. Well, I will be back here once I get the ship.
And get the job done.
Crix's legacy at Bannock 4.
Operations team graduated top of their class at the academy.
Howdy.
And again, I did not go straight to the cockpit. Part of me wonders if it's...
Be back in our own ship.
If the game was coded such that you cannot get through Bannock 4. Wow, random doors closed. You can't get through Bannock 4 without the module. Or if you built your ship to have enough defense, etc. without the module, could you still get through it? Like, yeah, basically, did they just code it in automatic loss for trying to go in there? Or are they going to be repeatedly zapping me and assume people would lose without having the module, but theoretically it'd be possible? Interesting question.
Let's get out of here.
Alright, onward to Bannock 4, I guess. Wherever that is. Down here. Bannock.